moving on to the usual schedule in terms of player performances, starting with the Premier League as usual. I see the sun has come out, so bear with me on this background, but this is the best I could do for today. In the Premier League, Ola Aina and Taiwo Oni will play against Tottenham Hotspur tonight. Fingers crossed that they could get back to third place because it's looking very, very tight for the 5 teams trying to get those 3 spots in the Champions League. Next up for them after today, they've got one of the biggest games of their careers. They will be playing Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. So look out for that one. I already spoke about Alex Iwobi's exploits, but Calvin Bassey, of course, played in the game as well. He played 90 minutes, got a yellow card in that 2-1 loss to Chelsea. Fulham remain 9th, and next up for them, they play Southampton away on Saturday, which they would expect to get a routine victory. As for Wilfred Ndidi, he played 83 minutes. He hit the post, unfortunately, very, very unlucky. But Leicester, as usual, very, very timid, very, very drab. They got beaten 1-0 by Liverpool. Fantastic goal by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you can read into whatever you like about the celebration, but it looked like he was trying to, make a point of some sort to the team, to Liverpool fans, considering the fact that he's likely going to be leaving the team very, very soon. But anyway, next up for Leicester, they play Wolverhampton away, and I'm very intrigued to see what happens with Ndidi in the summer because I'm not sure he has fully lost it, but at the same time, I don't really think he's that ambitious career-wise. He should not have stayed at Leicester, and he decided to stay at Leicester. I just don't get it. When he should have left Leicester, he did not leave. So, I'm just bored. Good luck to you, Wilfred Ndidi. We'll see what happens in your career. Could have been so much more club-wise, but here we are now. And of course, Southampton, they even did not lose. They drew over the weekend, 1-1 against West Ham. So their interim manager has now gotten 20% of their total points for the season in just their last 2 games because they've been able to get 2 draws. Jaribo did not play this game, but Onuachu played 69 minutes, which was good. He did get a yellow card in this game, unknowingly. But next up for them, they will be playing against fellow Nigerians, the Fulham boys, at home on Saturday. Other fixtures to be aware about in the Premier League over the weekend. We saw Brentford beat Brighton 4-2. We saw Man City beat Everton 2-0, courtesy of goals from Nico O'Reilly and Mateo Kovacic. We saw Crystal Palace and Bournemouth draw 0-0. Pretty disappointing drab game. Aston Villa dispatched Newcastle in probably one of the games of the round on Saturday evening, 4-1. Really, really great performance from Ollie Watkins, and it's always fresh to hear a player talk about how pissed off he was about not being able to play or start games against PSG. Yesterday on Sunday, we saw Arsenal dispatch Ipswich Town 4-0. Very, very routine game. Honestly, it was nice to just watch a nice, easy, breezy match. We also saw Wolverhampton beat Man United. No surprise there. I told you Man U would lose. They're such a useless club. Enjoy all the benefits you got against Lyon on Thursday, but my God, Lyon are so stupid. In fact, Lyon are so rubbish that they lost their first derby yesterday against Saint Etienne, who are second bottom of League One, 2-1 yesterday. So Lyon, honestly, they deserve slaps. Man United, you people know you deserve slaps. Because what do you mean Manchester United are 14th in the league and have lost 15 games? Hey, very, very disgraceful. But fantastic free kick by Sarabia. Also, we mentioned the Fulham-Chelsea result. And of course, Liverpool inching closer to the title with their 1-0 win over Leicester. Game week fixtures to be aware about. There will be 2 midweek games on Wednesday. Manchester City play Aston Villa at the Etihad, while Arsenal play Crystal Palace at Emirates on Wednesday. If Arsenal do not win that game, it will mean that Liverpool will clinch the title without kicking a ball. However, if we do win, Liverpool will have to wait till they play Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield on Sunday. If they win that game, they will clinch the league title because they just need 3 more points to get the job done. Early kickoff on Saturday, we'll see Chelsea host Everton at Stamford Bridge. We've got 4 3 p.m. kickoffs, including the Nigerian games. So Wolves play Leicester City, Southampton hosts Fulham, Brighton hosts West Ham, and Newcastle hosts Ipswich Town at St. James's Park. We will then see Sunday games because there's no late kickoff because of the FA Cup semi-finals. We will then see Bournemouth play Man United 2 p.m. on Sunday, Liverpool at Anfield against Tottenham 4:30. And then on Thursday, we'll get a rearranged fixture with Nottingham Forest playing Brentford. And that is because Nottingham Forest will be playing in the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. Remember, the other FA Cup tie will involve Aston Villa against Crystal Palace, and that will be taking place on Saturday. So look out for those games. Table, Liverpool, 79 points after 33 games. 3 more points, they'll clinch the title. Arsenal, 7 points clear of third place Newcastle. So we're in our own lonely island. And then you've got Newcastle in third with 59 points. City fourth with 58 points. Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, and Villa all have 57 points. But if Nottingham Forest win tonight, they will go back above Newcastle to third place. So look out for that. Relegation zone, no point talking about it. And no point talking about Dumb and Dumber and Man United or Tottenham. So that's it in terms of the Premier League. In Serie A, I already spoke about what Ademola Lookman did as Atalanta beat AC Milan on Sunday. Next up for them, they play Lecce at home on Friday. As of Isaiah Bashiru, he did not play in the game on Thursday as Lazio beat Bodo Glimt 3-1, but then lost on penalties 3-2. Honestly, the Lazio penalties were shocking. Honestly, like, don't go and watch it. It was so bad. Also, they were supposed to play against Genoa today, but in light of the Pope Francis passing away this morning, may his soul rest in peace. All Serie A games scheduled for today have been postponed out of respect for the Pope. So next up for Fisaya Delibascio and Lazio, they will play Parma at home on Saturday. Samuel Chukwueze played the final 7 minutes of that 1-0 loss for Milan against Atalanta. Let's see if he gets any minutes on Wednesday in the Coppa Italia semi-final second leg against Inter, or if he gets some game against Venezia away on Sunday. Maduka Oke was also scheduled to play today for Udinese against Torino, but their game has also been postponed. So let's see what next for Maduka and Udinese. Also, I want to shout out Taro Buehi. Over the weekend, he returned to action after being injured for a while. He played the final minutes of the game for Empoli. He played the last 20 minutes as Empoli drew 2-2 against Venezia on Sunday. The draw helped neither team as they both remain 18th and 19th on 25 points. They are 1 point adrift of Lecce, who have 26, and Parma have 28 points. So let's see if Ebuehi and Empoli are able to somehow salvage their season. However, they've got the small matter of the Coppa Italia semi-final second leg against Bologna away on Thursday. They're already 3-0 down, so the tie's as good as done pretty much. But they'll be hoping for better times against Fiorentina away on Sunday. But that's very unlikely because Fiorentina's attack has been looking very, very good. Also, I just wanted to touch on the Bundesliga. Victor Boniface, while coming on in the 89th minute, while Nitantella played 89 minutes, got a yellow card, as Bayer Leverkusen once again failed to win their tie. They drew 1-1 against St. Pauli. They were 1-0 up from a Patrick Schick goal, and yet again they conceded in the final 11 minutes of the game. If you see the goal they conceded as well, like the goalkeeper has hung his head in shame. Free kick, parried the ball. Literally, the goalkeeper could have caught the ball, but he just parried it to a St. Pauli player to slap it into the net. So it's not been good. Bayern Munich will surely win the league very, very soon because Leverkusen are now 8 points behind them with 4 games to go. So 2 more wins and Harry Kane will have the first title of his career. Whoop, whoop. He's no longer a Tottenham player, so I can wish him well in that regard. Next up for Leverkusen, they play Frank Rijkaard's Olberg at home on Saturday. One thing I wanted to mention about Boniface, it's been quite interesting. I want to monitor for the summer because we know Xabi Alonso is likely heading to Real Madrid. But I think one thing we've seen with Victor Boniface is although we cannot deny his ability and how good he is, his availability is one of his biggest problems. They always say that the biggest attribute or the best attribute you can have in football is availability. If you can't play games, you're almost useless. Look at Neymar over the past 2 years. And I think Boniface has to be very, very careful. You know, it's not his fault, you know, his body. But there are things he could do in terms of the way he trains or the way he eats or the way he prepares to maybe make himself a bit more durable. Because when you look at what's been happening to him, I think his lack of availability has led to him being on the periphery recently. He's not been starting games and he's being given slave minutes here and there by Xabi Alonso, which was not the case initially. I mean, his injury record is so bad, but his numbers remain decent. This season, he's got 10 goals in all competitions and 1 assist, but he's only started 15 games. Now, the problem is he has only played 26 games in total out of 46. So he has missed almost half of all Bayer Leverkusen games from injury. Even last season when he scored 22 goals and had 9 assists in 25 starts and broke into the wider consciousness of Europe, he played 35 games but still missed 18 whole games. So I think it's an interesting one to monitor because the talent is not in doubt. This is a fantastic player, and we know that he has it in there. But he needs to be fit for an entire season to continue his trajectory. The good thing is he should remain in Leverkusen for another season, and they will make the Champions League because they're comfortable in second place. But he needs to put together a stunning season because the numbers are there, but he needs a much bigger sample size to really go to the level where he needs to be. You can see that even him is no longer saying, "No, I don't want to move to Premier League. I like La Liga." It's because beggars are not choosers. Right now, nobody's coming for Boniface. Go and improve your durability and play some games, brother. And we'll see you on the other side, my friend. As for Franco Yeka, he played 90 minutes as Olberg got yet another clean sheet. They drew 0-0 against Eintracht Frankfurt at home on Sunday. And let's see how they get on when they play Bayer Leverkusen on Saturday. As for Kevin Akpoguma and Gift Urban's Hoffenheim, Akpoguma played all 90 minutes and Gift Urban came on for the final 29 minutes as they lost 3 to Freiburg on Saturday. Next up for them, they play Borussia Dortmund at home on Saturday coming. In La Liga, very unfortunate news for Christos Uche as he got yet another red card in Getafe's 1-0 loss to Espanyol. It's his second red card of the year, and he only just came back from suspension recently. To be fair to him, though, it was very unlucky to get that red card. One of those ones where his foot just unluckily planted on the defender's shin. He was initially given a yellow card. They took it to VAR, and he got dismissed. So one to watch because I'm not sure how many games to be suspended for, considering the one that they gave Mbappe 1 year, 1 game ban, when it should have been 3 games. So let's see what happens. But he will definitely miss their game against Real Madrid, which should be taking place this Wednesday, because there's midweek fixtures in La Liga this week. I already spoke about Omar Sadiq's exploits. He will be in action tomorrow as Valencia play Espanyol at home. So let's see if he continue his good goal scoring streak. And speaking of Sevilla, Chidera Juke started the game and played 45 minutes in Sevilla's 1-1 draw against Deportivo Alaves on Sunday. Next up for them, they play Osasuna away on Thursday. In League 1, George Eleni Kenna came on in the final minutes of the game as Monaco drew 0-0 against Strasbourg. One of those ones where he's on the periphery right now. Like, he's definitely not getting the big game, so to speak, since they signed Micah Bereth from Stormgrass. But hopefully he could get some more minutes when they play Le Havre away on Saturday. Also, Chuba Akpom played 80 minutes as Lille beat Auxerre 3-1 on Sunday. Next up for them, they play Angers away on Sunday. Moses Simon played 90 minutes again, but Nantes lost 2-1 to Rennes. Next up for them, they play PSG at home tomorrow, and then they play Toulouse at home on Sunday. It's looking very, very, very tricky for Nantes. They could get dragged into a relegation battle because they're only 2 points ahead of the drop. So look out for this. A part of me almost wants Nantes to be relegated, so Simon can currently leave those people. Like, he clearly needs to push himself. What's with Nigerian players are not pushing themselves? Simon, Ndidi, Iheanacho, all capable of better than they've shown us. It's only the Lookmans, the Osimens that you can see are really trying to push to maximize all aspects of their career. And I'd just love to see some ambition from some of these guys. Stop being comfortable being a big fish in a small pond. Moses Simon, let's see what you can do at the end of this season. Ejo, we're begging. Also, shout out to Hafiz Ibrahim, the Nigerian striker. He played 28 minutes for Reims as they beat Toulouse 1-0 on Sunday. It's their third win in their last 5 games. And you can see his gradual introduction into the team over the past 7 games. He initially was assigned to their B team, but now with their manager on the upturn in form in the past 7 games, you can see that Hafiz is being introduced, playing minutes here or there, starting in the cup games. But hopefully, he can continue to build on this and end up starting some games between now and the end of the season or next year. Next game for them, they play Montpellier, who are dead last. So you'd expect him to get some significant minutes in that game. As for Hamza Ojediran for Lens, he was on the bench as they beat Brest 3-1, while Terry Murphy also was an unused sub for Nice as they beat Angers 2-1 on Sunday. Next up for Murphy, they play PSG away on Friday. You remember last year, Murphy scored 2 goals at the Parc des Princes for Nice against PSG. So I'm sure he'll be happy to go back there and hopefully get some minutes in this game.